All right, guys, how's it going? Well, it's that time of the day again. It's time for another today's exclusive. All right, and here it is behind me. I don't know if you can read it on the screen. It is by Empire of the Cop. Oh, this should be fun. Now, remember what I'll tell you. The more adverts when you visit a website, the more bullshit, right? So if you're visiting a website that's claiming something about Liverpool or anything really, I always think that's the first sign that it's likely to be a load of shite. It's true. So anyway, let's go with it. I ain't read it. I ain't read it. Don't know. It's by Liam Todger. Do you remember? Togger or something. I don't know. I mentioned this kid the other day. Sorry, I don't mean to say kid patronising. It's a word we use where I'm from. I am 50, so he probably is a kid. But I mentioned it the other day in a video. You know, people said that Todger was a good name. Anyway, so let's see what he's got to say. Our friend Liam here. So Liverpool set Jota asking price, which obviously suggests that they're willing to sell him, as FSG indicate transfer preference. Now that's enough to reel me in. I want to see what FSG are planning. Let's have a look. Now I can't read the entire article to you. You know that you're not allowed to do that. You're allowed to summarise and review. And review we are doing. So I'll leave out bits that are like telling you Jota is, because you obviously know who the fuck he is, right? You know who FSG are, etc., etc. But I never leave anything out to make it look good or bad in any particular way. And if you don't think I'm telling the truth, look up the article yourself and compare it to what I tell you. So it says here that Jota, let me just get rid of these adverts, point proven, is among several Liverpool players whose futures have been the subject of transfer speculation in recent weeks. Only recent weeks, for fucking ever. In March, Team Talk, who cares what? In March, Team Talk reported that the Premier League leaders are open to offers for the 28-year-old. Well, first of all, you're not going to believe anything that Team Talk tells you. And why would you want to tell people, you know, you're representing your own publication. We want to know what you told us in fucking March. Basically, they're saying that Team Talk reported that Jota was available, with Wolves believed to be eyeing up the possibility of bringing him back to Molineux, where he left to sign for the Reds in 2020. Oh, this advert will end in 10 seconds. It won't. It'll end right now. There you go. It now appears that Wolves basically aren't the only suitors for the Portugal international, with FSG outlining their stance on the player. Oh, I'm really looking forward to the statement from FSG on this. It's unusual, isn't it, for them to tell us what they're going to do in that. Oh, hang on, it's bold now. Bold text. Liverpool set Jota asking price. According to sources, can you smell that? Bullshit. Close to Empire of the Cop, Liverpool have set an asking price of 50 million euros to 55 million euros. Now, straight away, I'm deeming that bullshit, right? Because if you... Why euros? Euros is something when it's, to do with European stuff, right? So obviously I review the Spanish newspapers every day. They use the euro, right? So if someone was talking to me about Liverpool, giving me intel from within Anfield, they're going to be talking to me in pounds, right? But obviously their sources, maybe they're in Europe. Anyway, they've been helpful and they've converted it to 42.9 million to 47.2 million pounds, with Wolves, Villa and Newcastle all planning a strategic move. I just imagine them in boardrooms at each club putting plans on the wall and that, you know what I mean? And little pins and dates and stuff, planning a strategic move. Why are they not just planning a fucking move? Why not just put planning a move? Why do you have to make it sound more exciting? Is it because you want us to believe you? To try and sign him this summer. And it's expected that clubs interested in the 28-year-old will speed up negotiations. Hi, how are you doing? We're going to offer you 5 million, okay? Could you go a bit faster, please? We'll speed up negotiations. Ooh, the possibility of including him in a swap deal with the Magpies, which would see Alexander Isak come to Anfield, has been mooted. No, it fucking hasn't. What a load of shite. Who believes that? And Eddie Howe is an admirer of the Reds number 20. But basically, Newcastle are reluctant to part with their Swedish marksman. Both they and Wolves are believed to be considering a potential loan move for the Portuguese forward. Although LFC would prefer a straight sale to a temporary exit if he were to leave. How ridiculous could you even suggest that Liverpool go, you can take Jota on loan, like? What a load of shite that is. Bold again. Can Liverpool really afford to lose Jota this summer? They go on to say that if Liverpool were to reap around £47 million from selling him, it would represent a small profit. James Pearce and Fabrizio Romano, two of the most reliable sources when it comes to Anfield transfer news, well, that's a load of shite. That's an absolute load of shite. So, as respectful as I can be, James Pearce is certainly... it's not that he's not reliable, it's just that he's not one of the first to know. No doubt about it. James Pearce is good for writing opinion pieces and analysis, I think. And I think the days of the access he used to have is long gone. And, you know, he's supposed to be the main Liverpool journo at The Athletic. And David Ornstein is the one that always has the scoop. So there you go on that front. With regards to Fabrizio Romano, you know, rent a post or rent a video for Fabrizio Romano. Fabrizio's good for, you know, he's good for entertainment. And, you know, if he knows an agent or something like that, he's definitely, but how do you explain it? It's alleged, if you look online in the mainstream media, not stupid blogs, not that they're stupid, but like proper credible publications are saying that, you know, he takes money to influence deals and stuff like that. So Fabrizio Romano, I don't mind him, but if you study everything and monitor every single thing in the world, right, that's possible, and I do that with Liverpool from as many countries as you can think in real time, right? I have all sorts set up on these computers, as you guys know. I often see stuff come out in these countries which the average fan doesn't see, and then Romano will tap in with it. And it's not a dig at him. I'm just saying, you know, he's like, but he's just not, he's not, oh, it doesn't matter. Anyway, they've indicated that Darwin Núñez is expected to depart after the end of the season. So why do you need to be one of the most reliable people or sources as they do? Everyone in the fucking world knows that Darwin Núñez is expected to leave Anfield. So can Arne Slot really afford to lose both? I can't read that to you. It's nonsense anyway. Some might argue that turning a profit, however small, on a 28-year-old whose injury record is frightening, would represent smart business from Liverpool, particularly if he paves the way for a top quality, as Rafa Benitez would say, quality. Yeah, for sure. Recruit to be signed. However, we'd implore Richard Hughes and FSG to think very carefully about cashing in on Jota, who, despite a challenging season, is still more than capable of producing clutch moments, such as his Merseyside derby winner last week. That's it. That's the article. So where the fuck did FSG indicate their transfer preference in that? Fuck all to... First of all, it's fuck all to... That article's got nothing to do with FSG. There's no indication of their transfer preference whatsoever. Liverpool apparently set the transfer fee, which is the other exclusive claim. It's whether you believe that sources have told them that or not. And even if they had 42.9 to 47.2, million pounds would sound, I don't know. I think people might, I don't know, maybe his age, I don't know. Anyway, we're going off there. I think that's a load of shite, to be honest with you. Listen, I don't pick exclusives out to push them down, take the piss or anything. If there's a good exclusive or it sounds plausible, you guys know that I'm very fair with that. It just so happens that the majority of exclusives are complete and utter shite or very, very, very obvious. Exclusive, Liverpool might sell Darwin Núñez. Do you know what I mean? It's just fucking shit. But what I will say to you is, I think that Liverpool's plans this summer regarding, the transfer war chest, and I know most people are only interested in Linda's chest, but the infamous war chest, the transfer kitty, I think that was going to be, the majority of that was going to be possibly the money from Darwin Núñez and Luis Diaz, because Luis Diaz to Barcelona, Barca want him, he wants to go there, Liverpool happy to sell him. But now that Barcelona have got these new problems, and they are new problems, that is looking exceptionally difficult to happen. So I can't remember the exact figures, but let's say Barcelona wanted to buy Diaz for 60, 70 million or something like that. They would have to generate 175 million euros in income to enable that to happen. And that's just the transfer fee. That's because they've lost their 1-1 rule in finance in La Liga. So they're now on a 1-4 rule, unless that gets resolved, of course. But I think that strongly affects things at Liverpool, because Liverpool will now, if you were Liverpool, you're going to be like, well, we were looking at getting that money. Diaz doesn't want to go anywhere else, I don't think. I don't think it's a case of, send him to someone else then. The boy wants to go to Barcelona. So trust me, he'll be watching everything on that front. But with that situation becoming a little bit difficult, maybe he'll sign his contract offer at Liverpool now, because maybe he's thinking, fuck, I'm not going to get it, But we don't know what's going to happen there. I do review the Spanish football newspapers every day for this channel, looking for Liverpool news, as you know. So anything to do with Luis Diaz and Barcelona will be on here, no doubt about it. But I also have another YouTube channel called Golazo España, where I focus more detailed on Spanish football and Spanish football clubs, which obviously involves Barcelona. So if you are interested in what's going on there with the finances, there'll be a link in the video description, or a video logo or something, channel logo will crop up at the end of this video. So it'd be nice to see you guys over there as well. But I do that every day, really, apart from yesterday, because I had a day off. That's it. That's your exclusive. So I don't feel like I've learned anything there, to be honest with you. Maybe I'm being unfair, or not. You can tell me. You tell me. But I do love reviewing the exclusives for you. And I think it's important too as well, because sometimes people read these and maybe people trust these people. I'm not saying that they're deliberately misleading anyone. Todger, whatever he's called. What's he called? Liam Todger. But it doesn't, I don't know. If you're going to give me an exclusive, I want quotes. I want like statements of fact. If you're saying to me, FSG indicate transfer preference, but there's actually no fucking reference to FSG in their preference whatsoever, it's hardly an exclusive, is it? It's embarrassing. It's fucking embarrassing. But there you go. It's giving us something to talk about. Right, guys, I will see you. I'm going live on here at 1 o'clock UK. You might miss that. If you do, I might be live at 6 UK tonight. Keep an eye on the channel. If not, I suspect tomorrow at 1 in the afternoon. But watch my morning briefing on my other channel, because I always say what my intentions are. All right, guys, if you appreciate the video, please thumbs up the video. If you are called Liam Todger or you're from that website, I'm sure you'll vote the video. Doesn't make any difference. It's interaction on the channel. It still helps. Trust me. I only realised that recently. So don't be worried. If you've got a YouTube channel, you get thumbs down. It's the same as a thumbs up. Trust me. So thumbs up if you want. Drop me a comment if you want to buy me a coffee. Please hit the super thanks button. It's the love out under the video. It pisses my haters off as well. And if you don't want to use that, there's links in the video description. But if you do buy me a coffee, I always give a shout out to you people that do that, that support me. I do that every morning in my morning briefings. All right, guys, take care, and we'll speak real soon.